of the scope of trap beats, the Fixx is saying, ooh. DJ Focus, tell him turn you up, ooh. DJ Focus, tell him turn you up, ooh.
Welcome back, DJ Focus, Dice Gamble. You tap back into the Fixx, your source for faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry. Listen, we got a special one for y'all today on our spiritual detox. When I tell you we got one of the movers and shakers who have been doing things, man. And when you talk about a marketing and a media mogul, listen, this young lady has been doing it for well over 30 years. And I'm excited.
That now you aging me.
Listen, I gotta give you your roses because you have,
Okay.
again, I gotta give you your roses. Well over 30 years, you've been in a lot of spaces and you've been doing some powerful things. And today we're here to highlight, let's be very clear, it's Super Bowl week. We know everybody is getting ready for the Super Bowl, but the one thing that's always been going down, at least for the last 25 years, is that there has been some inspiration, there has been some soul during Super Bowl week, and you have been bringing that to the people. So listen, without further ado, help me welcome in the super talented, again, marketing and media mogul, Melanie Few. How you doing, sis?
I am doing well. I feel mighty blessed to be here 25 years later. I took a moment yesterday and walked outside and I saw the billboard at the Palms here. And I had to shed a tear because I'll tell anybody, self-employment is hard. And I tell people when I look at this event, it's such a privilege and an honor because I do feel this is a God-given mantle. But I can tell you, I tell anybody, joy is joy and pain. It's sunshine and rain. But if God gave it to you, He will see you through it. And so I am so happy. I'm pleased to be here. Have an amazing team of experts from everybody from production to PR to marketing, people that have been on this journey with me for a very long time. One of those persons has been on the journey the whole 25 years, most on average 17, 16. And so I feel like this is a momentous moment for us as a family that have been really working this together for years.
Well, that's because you're good fruit too as well. That just goes to the fruit that you bless people with. People want to get behind somebody that's doing something powerful, something encouraging. So just listen again, giving you roses. So talk a little bit about the rebranding. We know this event it was formerly called the Super Bowl Gospel Celebration. Talk about why did you rebrand it to the Super Bowl Soulful Celebration?
Sure. So we had been the Super Bowl gospel celebration for 23 years. And we noticed that a lot of times people, especially players, we had players that would never come because they felt like people would judge them because they weren't perfect. And they say, I'm not a perfect man. People have seen me on video cursing or they've seen me, womanizing a little bit. And I don't feel comfortable coming because I feel as though people would judge me. And the gospel is for everybody.
Absolutely.
Inspiration is for everybody. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. And so when I thought about the word soulful, gospel is soulful.
Mm-hmm.
Soul music is soulful. It's for our souls. It's to cheer us up. It's to make us better. It's to inspire us.
Mm-hmm.
It's to love on our spirit. It's for the culture, all that good stuff. And so we wanted to expand our audience, not alienate our gospel audience, but to expand to, people who may not ever come to experience the wonderful opportunity it is to share love and faith and hope and inspiration, because you got a lot of players. People, it is a ministry to be a part of the less than 1% of men that make it to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That alone is a ministry. And then when you take, I'm so happy this year because we're having the opportunity to honor like Damar Hamlin with the
Mm-hmm.
New Beginnings Award. Not only did we watch him, what he went through on the field as a nation, not knowing if he was going to live or die, but his whole family, as we did more research into him, his family has gone through new beginnings. It's not a secret. He's okay with people knowing. His father did some jail time, but his parents have stayed together since they were 16 years old. Powerful young Black couple, mentoring he and his brother. And so he said, I don't want to just get the award myself. I want my family to get the award because we're new beginnings together as a unit, as a family. My parents have been together since they're 16 years old. And I would not be here if it were not for them. I would not have made it had they not been praying for me when I was laying on that field, not knowing, people not knowing whether I was going to live or die. I'm excited because we have Marquise Bell this year. And I think his award is really for the culture. He's the first HBCU player to ever play for the start for the Dallas Cowboys. And
Yes.
so we're, doing an HBC spotlight on him. We also are honoring Nate Burleson with our Lifetime of Inspiration. What an amazing testimony. He started he's from Canada, made his way to the NFL, and now he's the co-host to Gayle King on CBS Mornings. Amazing, amazing testimony. And I mean, I could go on and on, but I'm just excited about every single element. I mean, we got Kirk Franklin. I'm not going to say what he's doing, but it's going to be so fire. We've got Kirk Franklin, the NFL Players Choir. We brought diversity this year. So we've got Mary with Rachel Platt. We got one of the hottest country singers in America and who happens to be African American, Mickey Guyton, who's going to be here. We got Robin Thicke. We said, let's bring a little vanilla caramel in the building. So we got Robin Thicke. We got T-Pain and Earth, Wind, and Fire in an epic collaboration. And so it's just totally different this time. But I feel excited because I think it gives us an opportunity to open up to people who've never seen the show, never been interested in seeing the show. And once you get people there, you can minister to them while they're there. Because every single player that we're honoring has a testimony of faith. CJ Stroud, who do you know that speaks, who's living his faith through every interview he does after a football game? He's 22 years old. And I mean, I have got to personally go up and hug his mother when I see her tomorrow night. Because homegirl, not only is she gorgeous, but honey, she was speaking tongues at a football game in front of everybody. She was like, what y'all not going to do is not have my baby all the way prayed for. And so I'm excited. I'm excited because my father passed away a year and a half ago. And like any of us, when you're self-employed, it's hard. And
Yes.
when he was transitioning, because he was my best friend, my mother's been gone 20 years. And I said to him, he'd always helped me through difficult moments in my life. And he's always been my best friend. And I said, Dad, I don't know that I want to do Super Bowl gospel anymore because it was me and him. It was our thing we did together the last 18 years since my mother died. He was my co-producer. And he held my hand so tight. And he said, I did not raise a weak woman. And he said, he was comical. He said, 24 doesn't even sound right. You got to make it to 25. And he said, I won't be there, but I will be there. And so when I was outside the Palms yesterday, I'm sorry, this is so unprofessional.
No, you fine. Take your
And I
time.
looked up at the sign and I literally saw his face smiling so bright. And it was an opportunity to say, Daddy, we did it 25 years. And so when you're in a situation like this, you cannot make it if you don't have strong people in your corner, whether it's your father, whether it's your friends, whether it's your cousins. It takes a village. I'm just so grateful. I've been surrounded by amazing parents, amazing friends, amazing people that I work with. And I could tell you, if it was just me by myself, it would have ended many years ago. I couldn't have done it by myself. And I'm so grateful for all the people that have surrounded me with grace and love and kindness. So like I said, it's this definitely isn't a me ministry because I couldn't have done it. And so I'm just grateful, for the people God has surrounded me with.
Listen, thank you for sharing that, and my condolences to you for losing your father. Listen, I want to share with you. I actually lost my parents, both of my parents, in a 3-year stint, literally after COVID. Lost my dad in 22,
Oh,
and
wow.
forgive me, 21. Lost my dad, and then literally in 23, lost my mom. So
Wow.
I know what you mean when you say just having great parents to be that rock for you, give you that advice, be able to be right at your left or your right, tell you
Yes.
when you do something wrong. That is very, very valuable, very important. But I do believe, just like you already know, he's looking down from heaven and he is super proud of you. So you hold your head up and you keep stunting because you're doing something very powerful, very
Thank you
powerful.
so much. Thank you
Talk,
so much.
talk about being able to have this multicultural event like that's what I was impressed by. I thank you for going down the lineup for the listeners, because that is amazing that you brought all this great talent from all the genres together to be able to have this event. Speak to that, and where did that come from, the inspiration to do
Well,
that?
we knew when we knew that we were going on CBS, CBS's audience is culturally diverse. And so we wanted to be able to have an opportunity to reach not just African Americans, but Caucasians, Hispanics. And so we made up our minds that we were going to do a culturally diverse show and started going after culturally diverse artists. And so this is, to be honest with you, other than Natalie Grant, I think this is our first time really opening up the show as far as different genres of music, different races. And so we're excited to be on this journey, and we hope that we can, learn from this, grow from this, and we'll be on this path a long time. So we open it up to new audiences.
Speak about taking it to Vegas. What does that mean to you, having it in Vegas? I know a lot of times they say nothing good happens in Vegas, but I know with this event, oh, they gonna be lying. The devil is a lie.
Well, listen, what happens in Vegas does not need to stay in Vegas, because we're going to be on CBS
Okay.
Saturday night. And the song by Hezekiah Walker that says, I need you to
Yes.
survive, we need your audience and the nation watching, because this is the opportunity of a lifetime. And if we don't get a high rating, and it's not a good business decision to CBS to having given us an opportunity, then it hurts the next young black girl who has a dream of having a show on CBS, or the next young black African American male. And so I need every TV. I don't care if you're in your home, honey, turn your TVs on.
That's right. That's
Turn your
right.
mama's TV on. Go to the nursing home and turn all their TV on. Turn the high school TV on. We need every TV on in America that we can get on.
Absolutely. And also, are there streaming options? Are you partnering with
There are,
Paramount
but we're
Plus and
not talking
Showtime?
about there are streaming hours, but we're not talking about that yet, because we want all the TVs on Saturdays.
Li-
CBS is what counts.
See, listen, turn to CBS. Y'all heard it here first. Make sure y'all turn to CBS. That's what
8 p.m.
counts.
Eastern Standard Time.
When it's all said and done, what do you want to leave? What do you think people are going to leave from this experience on Saturday?
Oh, when it's all said and done, I just want somebody to be inspired, and I want them to turn on CBS. But when it's all said and done, I think the things that have driven us over the years are the letters.
Hmm.
We've got one of the things, we've got letters from a lot of women that said, "Look, my son always thought it was corny to put on a choir robe till he saw the NFL players choir.
Yes.
Manly men in robes getting down, doing their thing." And I think those are the kind of things that have pushed us through the years. Just knowing that we get to inspire kids and people who normally, may not listen to gospel music.
Listen, talk a little bit more about that NFL choir that you put together. Shouts out to you again. I know you put that thing together, and I know you've had Donnie McClurkin in the past help you. I don't know if he's still helping you, but talk about that and you just putting that together, the inspiration behind that.
Yeah. So the choir came about because in 2004, Patti LaBelle was our headliner, and she looked out at the audience. She said, "My God, there's so many fine men up in here. I bet none of them can sing." You know Patti LaBelle, right? And
Yes.
so she said, "I bet none of them can sing." And it was just a moment. Guys, we didn't know there were players that could sing. Guys started running up and grabbing her mic and passing the mic and blowing. And she was like,
Mm.
"My God, they sitting up here fine as wine and can sing." And so after that, we thought, we should do something. We started letting guys do solos. And finally, in 2008, we said, we're going to order some choir robes. And they were like, "We're not wearing choir robes." We started calling mamas and wives, and they said, "Okay." And this is the interesting thing about 2008. There was a gentleman, the first African American general manager of a football team, an NFL team. His name is Jerry Reese, Christian gentleman from South Carolina. Jerry found out about the Players Choir. He made some of the New York Giants get in the choir. And that was our first year launching the Players Choir. We had robes for them. And the crazy part is, the New York Giants won, right?
Yes.
A couple years later, the New York Giants won again. And literally, we were sitting in the hotel room in Indianapolis. I remember this. And the TV, they were jumping up and down. The Giants had won the Super Bowl again, twice in a year and a half or 2 years. And he said, what do you attribute to this win to? He said, well, many things, hard work. He said, but I really do believe we go to Super Bowl gospel and we get our blessing. And the crazy part, I know this is gonna sound weird, but it's ironic, but it's true. Most times when the teams send the players from their team to Super Bowl gospel, they literally win the game. I'm not playing, they come and get blessed. It
Okay.
started with Tony Dungy and Lovey were playing years ago. What was that, 2003 maybe?
Mm-hmm.
And Tony Dungy is a man of faith, so he came and he brought the team. And Lovey didn't. And Tony won the Super Bowl. And I got a hold of Lovey's number. I said, I told you to come get your blessing, but now y'all stayed at the hotel.
Wow.
And that was like a running joke. And so, same thing when the Giants played, I think the Patriots or whoever they beat that year, we invited both teams, both chaplains. They didn't come. I called the chaplain and I said, we told y'all that the blessing is over here, but y'all didn't want to listen. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like a running joke. And I think we're going to have a few players from possibly from the game tomorrow night. I don't know for sure.
Listen, that's amazing. Have you had opportunities to as you can have built these relationships over the years with some of the players and some of the coaches that came in, just to be able to witness to maybe some of the ones who first time coming didn't know what they were going to expect, maybe don't have the relationship with God that maybe they thought have. Some of them have reached out to you for like prayer or just asking you advice from a spiritual aspect.
I mostly keep in touch with their mothers more
That's
so.
that's
And of
good.
course the guys in the Players Choir, I've kept in touch with them for, with the choir, it's been around almost 20 years now. But yeah, some of the younger guys, I used to keep in touch with their mothers and, build relationships there. Donovan McNabb's mother I call her mom. She's literally one of my
Wow.
closest friends. And, Brian McKinney's mother and others. And so I do keep in touch with the guys, but I mostly am in touch with their moms.
That's good. Listen, for all those people inspiring to be like you, this is a huge production. Let's be very clear. Can you maybe share a challenge, if there have been any, of just putting on a large production like this every year?
I think, as a small business owner, I think challenges are to be expected. For any small business owner. I think that if I had to say the biggest challenge, I would say just making sure we keep the lines of communication open. I'm not perfect at it myself. Sometimes I get overwhelmed. So I guess my advice would be to be careful not to get overwhelmed, because when you get overwhelmed and you don't communicate, that's when things fall through the cracks, which I'm guilty of doing.
Absolutely. Listen, I know a lot of people who can't make it to the event. That I know there's always usually exclusive merchandise. Are there any exclusive merch that you guys
Yeah,
will
they
be
need to
offering
come here. We got some beautiful merch. It's gonna be tomorrow night, and then we'll upload it to the website.
to the website?
But we do have we've launched a new line called Faith in Action
Okay.
line, and we also will have the 25th anniversary merch tomorrow night.
So
So whether they're here or not here, they need to have those TVs on Saturday night.
listen, y'all better make sure y'all turn them TVs on now. Y'all done heard Melanie. She ain't playing with y'all. Listen, Melanie, I thank you for your time. Thank you for this opportunity. Listen again, tell the people how they can, like I say, turn those TVs on,
Yeah,
websites to where they can go find any information about merch
yeah.
or anything in the future.
Sure, they can go to superbowlsoulful.com and they can tickets are still available, a few tickets on Ticketmaster, and also tune in Saturday night on CBS, but they can go to our website for all the details, www.superbowlsoulful.com.
The legendary Melanie Feud. Listen, we got to go to a break. Stay locked. You tune into the Fixx.